Hello, everyone, and welcome to the upstairs garden. So, let's start the tour, shall we? Because this has been a fair bit of work and carrying, and yeah, let's just say life gets in the way. Anyway, we're gonna move on. Um, so, starting the tour, we have the standard brush cherries. These things just everywhere. I have lots of it from all the compost stuff that I've been collecting, and I'll have a short chat about that a little bit later. Here are my Palmero peppers, doing okay, and the tomato doing okay. As you can see, little brush cherries in the tops of coffee jars, because waste not, want not, and also because there's so many of these little fuckers. Um, I may start making tiny little bonsais out of these guys. We'll see what happens. Anywho, we're moving on to my problem child. Look at this. Look at this. Gonna have to do something about this pretty soon. This is a lot of granadillas, and they have broken the dowel rods. So good fun. Good fun. Over here we have some sweet basil and a tall thing, and I don't know what it is. This thingy. I don't know what it is. No idea. What looks like, I don't know, lettuce or spinach or something like that. I'm not really sure. These things are sprouted from pear seeds. I, I don't know how that works. I don't know how that works. But anyway, moving on. Basil at the back here. And some green peppers. With a tiny green pepper growing here. Fuck yes. The last one was absolutely delicious. So, excellent. Few other little things going on here. Very tired and haggard looking gem squash. An experiment from the compost. Ivy, which is looking nice and healthy. Brush cherries. Mm, some wild garlic. More Palmero peppers. Orange, which is seemingly... Is that a thing? Is that... Ooh. This... This... Fuck. This thingy. This thingy. That's new. Awesome. I hope you are I hope you're an orange. The lime is going crazy, so this is excellent. This is not a joke. I am absolutely not lying when I say this. This lime I found on the street. Street lime. Not even joking. This lime comes with street cred. Just default street cred. I should probably label that. Anyway. Another lime, and it looks like it's nuzzling its way out of the soil. This is going to be a bit of an oxymoron. The name doesn't make sense because they're very small. I'm going to have to replant these into something else. Right. Moving on. We have the recent additions from the compost downstairs, and while I happen to be here, the Wormbins have a new home, and they finally have a bit more space. Popcorn, looking good. Growing nicely for Disney's demise. Corn, marigolds, a bunch of other stuff, but it looks very alive in there, which is exactly what I want. Spring onions. As you can see, plenty of brush cherries. Just brush cherries everywhere, just all over the place. In the center, we have... It's possibly apple. I think that's apple. And I think that might be a potato slip. I'm not really sure. No, what is that? What are you? We'll see. I suppose we'll see as it gets older. But this is the game that I tend to play. Is I will grow them, and I will find out what they are when they're older. Haha. Okay then, fellas. As we move over a little bit, we're gonna see pots of brush cherries. I've pulled all of these guys out of the recent composting situation. You can see one here and one here, and one here. There is a bunch buried in this little spot here, and here as well. Sweet baby peppers. These, I mean, that was quick. That was quick. Okay. It's about a week ago. I shoved these into the soil because they were sprouting within the packet that I had them in. These little guys are buried a little bit deeper, but looking very carefully, there's a little something coming through, and there's something coming through, which is pretty cool. Apple. Wasn't expecting this. Some more brush cherries. As you, these little guys, which, oh, shame, this one's looking a bit ratty. Shame. Just been through a bit of a storm, so yeah, we'll see how you go. Moving on. We have slightly better view on what's going on up here. As you can see, there's a lot of containers. You kind of have to play a bit of a slider block puzzle in order to get this stuff to fit in, because this is what's going on the other side of the room. Oh yeah. There's a lot. Starting with the spring onions. Moving over to the tomatoes and corn. Oh, grass. Okay. Potatoes and some other stuff. And the tomato plant, which seemingly is taking up a lot of space here. I've just brought it inside because we've just recently had a bit of a storm, and I didn't really want anything breaking. So, you know, bring it in before the weather comes in, kind of thing. Moving right along, we have some older stuff here, along with some avocado pits. The potato chits are doing okay. They don't really care as long as they're cool, dry, and happy. There's really no problems with these guys. A little bit of moisture in the air, and they generally don't dry out. So that's, well, I mean the tiniest little bit of it. So, I seem to have found a nice spot. So that's cool. Moving along, we have some pots of some stuff which can always be planted out somewhere. Couple of brush cherries, as I said. Like, there's just so many. I have to figure out what the hell I'm going to do with them. What's next? Some succulents at the back there. This cactus over here. I think that's double. I think it's about double the height since I got it. I want to say about a year ago. No, I think that sounds about right in my head. Anywho, moving on, we have the granadilla. Fuck. The granadilla. It's reaching. As I said, getting unruly. Starting to look like it needs to move out and get a place of its own, you know? Start contributing to rent. These teenagers by comparison. Some slightly larger giant rape. Tomatoes and brush cherries. Oh. This has to be shown. Come in. Sorry, cumin. It's pretty good for curries. Really good for curries. Cumin is a thing. Cumin, more cumin, the better. We got a whole lot going on here. sort of starting to... Oh, oh, we got popcorn, more popcorn starting to pop up here. Fantastic. Basil, yes. Basil is fantastic. Basil's great. More basil, the better. Some more sweet basil over here. Aha! We have some sproutings going on here. Need to give all these a good watering in a little bit. I don't know what this is. I have no idea. It was in my compost. It's planted now. We're gonna find out. We'll figure it out. What's next? Bring it over here. I kind of missed these ones. My spring onion collection. Not too bad. Not too bad. I'm gonna need to plant some of these pretty soon. I don't know what this is. I'm not sure, but there's new growth on the top here, and that's fucking fantastic. Grow bigger. I want you to become a tree. Another granadilla. I have lots of granadillas. And mulberries. Fantastic. Some more mulberries. This one, I'm so happy it's alive because the storm just broke its stem or like bent it over a couple of days ago. And it's looking alive and healthy. And that's great. Excellent. It can survive a beating. It's wonderful. And this, you gotta, this is the big one. This is the big one I really need to figure out. You can see it's getting up there. This thing, if I don't know how to handle this, I mean, look at this. This isn't exactly the biggest of pots, and for scale, okay? Hand for scale. So this is I need to find you a garden. I need you to find a garden to live in. Speaking of other things that need to find a garden to live in, look at this avo. I mean, that is a very big leaf, my friend. You have big feet. You know what they say about avocados with big feet? They produce big avocados. Produce me big avocados. This is a sad-looking avocado by comparison. You see what I mean? Look at the sadness, happiness, like full-on happiness. Then we have the monster, the delicious monster, which has a new plant. Fantastic! It's new growth over there. Ficus. Just being a ficus. Oh, shit. You're new. You keep doing that. Chili's got some new growth, which is excellent. Fantastic, even though this one has just decided it wants to grow in a horseshoe shape for some fucking weird reason. I don't understand. I don't understand why you grow that way. But as long as you're happy, I guess. Whatever. Moving right along, we have another ficus in a jar. Some sedimentary layers going on there. Looking stylish. This, I'm not 100% sure exactly what it's called, but my neighbor gave it to me, and it's doing quite well. It has popped some roots, and I think it will be ready to be planted very soon. Right next to this very pretty looking silvery thing. It looks this way because of the light. Hold on a second. Fuck. See if see if I can... Stripy and purple. But been trying to get this leaf out of the water. You just want to stick it back in the water. Okay, fine. I tell you what, I'll make you a deal. If that leaf stays healthy, you can keep it. Deal? Cool. Some more succulents. Looking a little dry though, so probably going to need to give them a little bit of water. And another granadilla. Fuck yes. So, as you can see, there is a great deal going on in this teeny tiny space right here. But that's not all, folks. If we move downstairs, well, my computer desk has been taken up by Basil, which is... my computer needs fixing. Let's just put it that way. The space is more useful with Basil in it. And then if we move over here by the window, we have a couple of other little things going on here. A new seedling. Whoa. I mean, that just looks cool. I think that looks cool. Whoopa, right next to some more basil. More basil. I mean, you can tell I've got a basil thing. The corn seems to have thinned out over here. A couple of them weren't looking too great, so I thought, fuck it, yank them. We have a logus with moss. And more moss. And some lichen. And some of this stuff, which I've totally forgotten the name of. That is Mammophycus. This one is the parental unit of the other ficus. And then lastly, we have this little grouping over here. New pot of basil. One or two other things planted in there. I forget exactly what they are. A fern. A rescue fern. These every now and then you see something that looks like it might die and you plant it and then it just does this. Good stuff. Yes. Grow bigger. This one as well. Rescue. So it cut apart and it's growing this whole new leaf. Very cool. And hollow, it seems. Right next to this little guy, which I got for free. It's grown. It's grown quite a bit. And it's probably going to grow a bunch more, because I see this new growth up here. So, speaking of lots going on, this leads me to my bathroom, which is a bit of an interesting sight. But this is how you do it. This is how I get the soil that I do. Yep. Gather a bunch of leaves, grass clippings, coffee grounds, grind up some eggshells into a fine powder, add a couple of other little, sort of composty ingredients, some couple of handfuls of soil from outside and around the area. I did add a nice little video of me picking up some pretty cool stuff out of a gutter a little while ago, so you guys can check that out if you'd like. But yeah, basically that's just to add the biology into the whole mix. And once you've got that biology going, and once you've got it cooking, once you've got your compost system working, and maybe get some webs involved in there as well, well, yeah, I'd say you're off to the races. And then, well, this is I sift through it Obviously, I'm not going to do this all the way. Just, there you go. And we get some very nice, fine material. And this is what effectively I've been using as a compost for my soil. Which leads me back up here in a nice circle, doesn't it? Yeah, funny how that works, isn't it? Well, I haven't thrown away any of my soil. I've kept it. If something doesn't go well, no worries. I'm just going to chuck it in the compost and move right the fuck along. Essentially, this old soil over here is going to go into these sort of composty type bins over here with material, and it's going to come out the other end like this. Lovely, soft, granular. Oh, did I mention there's also charcoal in here, or some biochar? So yeah, not to mention there is a whole lot of excess material that comes from that sifting that effectively that's my compost pile. I just keep recycling it until I maybe need to add a pile more, or add a bunch more leaves, or and chuck in a couple handfuls of grass or something like that. There's lots that you can do. Lots of different materials that you can use, lots of different additives. But yeah, effectively, I've been able to do all this with very little input cost. Yeah, well, there was some input cost in the beginning, but yeah, yep. Once it reached a certain point, I don't think I've spent any money on this in a really long time, which would be very, very handy for your cheapo gardener, isn't it? Anywho, I figure I've rattled on enough. Yeah, one last thing. Well, I figure after all that talking, I should probably have a coffee break. Ah, have a good one, everyone.